Hi guys, welcome to this week's webinar. Just want to say thank you for coming. It's 20:58, so we're going to wait a couple of minutes for everybody to get in. Just wanted to make sure everybody can hear me this week. We had a few problems with sound last week, and we had a couple of people saying they couldn't hear me all right. So let me know how the sound is for you and if you can hear me okay. If you put a yes in the chat box, that would be very, very good. Thank you.
Okay, I can hear you fine, Richard. Just to let everybody know, it's actually Paul O'Keefe and Chris Jenkins on the webinar again. Sorry, and Richard Fairbairn, but it's coming up as Chris Jenkins.
Yeah, for some reason, because he's an organizer, I'm coming in under his name. He's not around at the moment, so I've just used his account to sign in with. So it's actually Richard, not Chris.
Okay, and I'd just like to say, guys, we're going to record these every week and put them in the members area for everybody. So if you don't get to catch them live, you can always come on and watch them at your own leisure. And what we're going to do now, because we had quite a few questions last week that we couldn't get answered on the call because so many people turned up, we're going to try and fend off as many questions as we can each week, but we'll carry over the same thing. So we'll take all the questions away, we'll answer them, put them into a PDF, put them in the membership area. And also what we'll do, we'll carry over probably 4 or 5 questions from each week. So they'll be things that we'll focus on the following week's webinar. And that's what we're going to do today. We've got 2 or 3 things that we've taken from last week that we're going to go into detail with. Well, Richard will show everybody. So Richard will probably run for about 20 minutes, then we'll stop. We'll try and answer a few questions if you have any. And if you have anything that we don't cover, if you drop them in the questions into the questions box, I'll answer any that I can now. If there's something that needs to be shown and we don't have time, we'll carry that over to the following week.
Yep, that's it. Great. So what we're going to do, how we're going to run this is we're going to start with the questions from last week. We've picked 4. We're going to try and answer those. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to move on to show you what's been added to Pixel. Then I'm going to move on to the training of the embeds. And then we'll stop for a few questions halfway through that and then come to question and answer at the end. I'm going to try and keep this to about 90 minutes. So like Paul said, if we don't get to any of your questions, we will answer them later. They're going to be added to the training tutorial area in the PDF. Okay, so it looks like everybody can hear me. That's good. Okay, first things first, the questions. Right, one of the questions was, can you embed a retargeting pixel in the image? And if so, can you fire the pixel upon impression versus click? And if we can do that and have it fire upon impression versus click, please let us know. Now, what this person asked is if I'm assuming that most people know what retargeting is via Facebook, perfect audience, ad roll, that kind of thing. So what the person was asking was, and it was a very good question, is could we retarget through the banners that we were embedding? And the answer is yes, because the banners use HTML5 embeds. What it means is it works exactly like kind of a HTML page. You can embed really what you want into it. But to make the retargeting pixel work and fire, we are actually going to have to be doing some a little bit on the back end to make that work. So it is on our features to-do list, probably done within the next 2-3 weeks. And actually, it's something that I'm going to be using myself because I do use retargeting a lot. And I think it's an excellent question, an excellent idea. The next question was, will you be... Sorry, mate.
Richard, can I just ask, could you just switch me down to an organizer? Because there's no questions or anything showing up for me. I can't see anything in here at the moment. Right. I've got nothing.
Oh, yeah, sorry. By mistake, I meant your presenter. See if you can see them now before I carry on.
Okay, cool.
Can you see them? Yeah, good. The next question was, will you be showing how to build a multi-image banner with various elements? Well, what I'm going to try and do on this little bit of training is show you how to add multiple elements in and multiple, images in, etc. I mean, I can't build a full banner because we've only got a limited amount of time, but we are adding tutorials and some tips and tricks into the tutorial area. If somebody's seen those, I think we've got 7 in at the moment. We're trying to add at least 1 to 2 a day in. Now, another question was, on Amazon, when you hover over some of the image, you see an expanded or exploded version of the original image. Is there a way to do that with this software? It would have been nice if, it would not be nice. How do they do that? Right. So again, that's another question that I put to the developers this week. Now, as we've just explained with the retargeting, you can add almost anything into these banners. So it is something that we can do. Now, it's something that's going to be coming in a later edition of Pixel. It's on our to-do list. Yeah.
So there's quite a few people saying they can't see your screen.
Yeah, I haven't started it yet. Sorry, I'm just running through these questions.
Okay. No.
Yeah. Soon as I finish these questions, I'm going to start my screen. Because all you'll see is me questions. That's all. So we are doing that, but as I said, it's probably not going to be possible for about 8 weeks. But that is a really good idea. Something that you're going to be able to use with e-commerce. When you're doing Shopify, etc., you're going to be able to blow up those images and that product description and everything else. So it is a great question and great feature request, and it will be coming, but it won't be till probably 8 weeks. Right. Somebody's had a problem with adding multiple URL links in. These links don't stay in the final banner. Now, that is actually fixed now. It was a bug that has actually been fixed. If anybody's still getting that bug, please contact me via support. We will help you fix it. It's probably because your browser's still holding the old code. It just needs refreshing. So that was the 4 questions we wanted to answer because we thought they were kind of the most relevant ones. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start my screen and we'll get on with the Right, 2 seconds. Right, let me know when you can see my screen. Give me a yes if you can. Should be showing now.
Lots of yeses, that's cool.
Right, okay, great. So first things first, what I want to do is I wanted to show you the feature that we've just added, just updated into Pixel, because I think it's really good. I'm hoping a lot of people do as well. Now, we had a few people saying that obviously we're adding a lot of banners in. It was causing like a memory problem. So what we've done is we've added a brand new template database in. Now, if you haven't seen it already, I'll show it to you now. Now, obviously, if you come across templates, that's where you'll see the templates. Now, as you can see, this is a whole different template database than we had before. Now, when you go to your copy of Pixel, if you've purchased a template update, if you don't see it looking like this, please log out, log back in, refresh your code a couple of times, and you will see this new database drop in. Now, it's only a work in progress. It's not quite finished yet, but I think you'll agree it looks much, much better than the old one. So what we've done is we've organized all templates via tags. We've got a ton of templates being added. I think we're adding about 15 to 20 per day. You can see quite a lot. So what we've done is we've added them via tags. So for example, if we want to e-commerce, we'll show all the e-commerce templates. Now, previously, when you selected a template, you didn't really get to see what it did or what it's like before you actually added it into the canvas. Well, what we've done now is we've added a preview area directly into the template database. So you can preview what the template looks like. And if you want to use the template, all you need to do is click Use this template. and that'll add it directly into the canvas, ready to start using. Now the tags at the moment, a little bit disorganized. We're going to tidy all these up because it's only just gone in today. So obviously they're going to be tagged by sizes and niche. So for example, that's 160s, make money online. You can see how that looks. As I said, we've got some more features coming into this template database. Just cross that off. So that was the first update. Now, the second update, I was hoping it was going to be in by tonight, but it's not. It's going to be probably in by tomorrow, is the collapsible screens. Now, what this will do is it'll make this area, the effects area, the banner dimensions, and the slide area collapsible. So anybody who's having problems with resolution, it'll make this area just one big canvas to work with. As I said, I was hoping it was going to be done tonight. My developers did say they were going to try and push it out for the webinar, but obviously they haven't. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be dropped in tomorrow. So that's the features that have been updated. This is what you'll see going this week. And you'll also see the rest of the updates to the template gallery coming. So let's start on the training. In fact, before we start on the training, is there any questions that I can answer on that?
There's a couple that you could probably have a look at, Rich. The first one's from Margaret. She said, hi, how can I use the HTML embed pop-ups on a HTML page? They only work on a PHP page from WordPress.
No, and so just let me get that right. So you're talking about the embeds, so you can embed them into the embeds will work anywhere you can embed into. It doesn't have to be WordPress. Anyway, you can embed anything into that, it'll work. So it can be a HTML page. It can be anything that you can embed into. The pop-ups will work on. And if they don't, please contact support and we'll help you out with that.
Yeah. So if it's not working for whatever reason, Margaret, if you just raise a support ticket, we'll look at that immediately for you. But it should be working on any page that takes HTML. One other thing from Robert says, I noticed that making your graphic, the preview current slide doesn't look the same as the original creation. Is this a bug and is it going to be fixed?
I've not seen that. Excuse me, I've not seen that bug.
I'll speak to Robert about that.
Yeah, you probably need to open a support ticket.
Okay.
I've just seen a question from Jerry just pop in. I've been talking to Jerry on support, and he says, any update on when the text box formatting problems will be corrected? Yep, again, like the template and the canvas, I'm hoping that's going to be done by the weekend, probably the latest. We're just trying to work through everything in priority. Obviously, we can't do everything at one time. But the text box, should be fixed by this weekend. Any more, Paul, that you've picked out?
It's okay at the moment. If you carry on, and I'll field some of these off and then come back in about 20 minutes. Okay. Okay,
cool. All right, so let's start. Right, we'll start with a let's think a 400 by 400. So you've got a 400 by 400 canvas. One thing I did want to say, a lot of people have asked why it's grey around the back, it's lighter there, is because this main section is the default building section. But what we are doing is we're making, so if you, for example, pick a 400 by 400 banner, it will all be white rather than this default section in the middle. But again, that's probably next week before that's done. So we've got a 400 by 400 a Twitter profile. That's just the size that, a Twitter profile is. You don't have to use it for a Twitter profile. You can use it wherever you want. So let's add some elements in. First things first, let's add some background in. So if you go to background settings, let's add a nice gradient in. So put a nice blue gradient in there. Now when you put your gradients in, you've got like 3 options. You've got the liner, the radial, and the radial ellipse. Now, for liner, that means it's just like kind of a straight line, but we've got the gradient direction, so we've got left, right, top, and bottom. Personally, when I'm building a gradient banner, I either choose the top or the bottom for gradient direction. It just looks so much better, but sometimes you need to make the, that's it now, code a little bit match up. So we'll apply that, see what it looks like. You can see it looks much better top to bottom rather than like right or left. Just doesn't quite get the same effect. Okay, so that's my background in. Now I'm going to add multiple elements in, as we said. So let's add some text in first. Right, so text. Now, I need to think what kind of niche banner I'm going to build. So let's make money online. So we'll have that as a title. So we need a text color, something that goes well with blue. We'll have a yellow and make it stand out. Make the font a bit bigger. We'll make that bold. And we'll change the font family to, yeah, make it a bit bigger. Okay, into your email. Make that white, make it bold. And I'll add an effect to that. So let's do a scale effect, because I like the scale effect, it looks nice. So to preview that, I think this is what the person was talking about, I'm not sure, but when he said when he was previewing it wasn't looking quite same, but I'm not sure, but it looks all right there. I've got to choose a font family for this. We'll go with the same one. Need to make that a little bit bigger. Right. So let's add a shape in. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a shape in. I'll put a rectangle. What I'm going to do is make that bigger than the canvas. Again, a lot of this, how you're making these are, you know, it's like obviously a lot of trial and error. You know, I'm not a designer. I guess most of you guys are designers. So what it is, it's just, you know, you need to kind of obviously pick something that you think looks good. So what looks good to me may not look good to you, but let's see. So let's add a light background in. Take the opacity right down. Okay, I'm going to preview that, see what it looks like. Right, think of an image to put in here. I'll add one from as gallery. Nothing really there that fits. And this is only an example, so I'm just going to add this Facebook one in. I'm going to send that to the back. Again, preview how that looks. Make this a little bit darker actually. We can add some more elements in. So if we can add a menu in. So the menu to the bottom of the banner. We can add an animation on that as well. So let's scale that as well so it all comes into one. So item 1, let's have email. So I'll click in there to add in your email. So you put your link for your email in there. Here you could put in your support URL. And this one you could put in buy now. So you've got 3 different ones there. Let's make this similar colour today. Menu. Text colour, let's have it black. Okay, so it's got multiple elements in. Now, the purpose of this was to show people how the embeds worked. Because one thing people were, struggling a bit was making, the embeds work via adding them to campaigns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through how to add the banners that you're making into campaigns. So if you'd made your simple banner like that, you click publish, you need to choose a name for it. So let's just choose it. We'll call it webinar because we built it on the webinar. Hit save.
Sorry, Richard, while you're on that point now, can I ask something about what was visible?
What's that, mate?
Sorry, we had a question about what the grey area was at the bottom.
Hi, I'm Richard Fairhair.
Sorry.
If you've got a couple of minutes, I can give you the single biggest benefit I've learned from over 20 years of driving traffic. If you want more...
I've just clicked the wrong button. I've signed myself out. Sorry. Sorry, I just signed myself out when you said that. Sorry, go on. So what were you saying, Paul?
Sorry.
It's all right. I'll listen. Instead of publish, I log out. Sorry. I'll put a template because I don't really want to go back and build that again.
Sorry, but David said, what is the grey bottom? We noticed that it doesn't show up in the preview. Sorry, I can't see your screen when I'm answering all the questions, that was all.
Right, say again, mate, sorry. Say again, I didn't hear you.
David said, what is the area at the bottom? He noticed that it doesn't show up in the preview.
The area at the bottom, the grey area?
Yes.
I'd have to rebuild the banner because I'm not sure.
All right, sorry.
Right, just let me quickly rebuild this. Then you can ask me. So the area at the bottom. Are you talking about this area here? That's outside the default canvas, but that's going to be changed to cover them all. So let's do this quickly. Liner, top, apply, close. Add some text in. Make that a bit bigger. Make it bold. Scale it again. Add some more text in.
Okay, so David's saying now it's the light blue area at the section at the bottom of the image.
Right.
Yeah.
That does show in the canvas. It's what it is if you can see the dark blue area, this is the default canvas screen because there's a default canvas screen for building on. It doesn't matter. You can build out. If you build a banner of, for example, let's change this to 500, 350. You build that banner, this area still shows. It just means that this is a default center. It's just, let's take it to a big one, you can see it better. You can see this is all still the banner. It still shows on the actual, when you preview it now. It's all still the same color. It's just this is the default build area. But in the next update, this will just go all the same colour because it's a little bit confusing to people. It was just how it was built at the start. But on the next update, this will all be the same colour, but it just shows exactly the same.
Yeah, okay, that's great. Cool, thanks a lot.
Right. Right. Let's add some more text in. So I'll choose a fonts family. I'll do it to this one. Add a menu in. Drag that as bigger. Oops. Scale that. Let's add a gallery image in. Find one for weight loss. There we go, weight loss. Just add this in. Make it a little bit smaller. You see, when you're adding an image or any kind of image at all, I mean, you can add an image outside the canvas, and as long as whatever you've got in is inside this area, will show on the banner. So it just means this section won't. So for example, if I preview that now, you can see this area shows. So you don't have to kind of, crop it or move it. It can be, that area can be outside the banner and it just won't show. It just won't show in the build or anything like that. So let's make that a little bit. I'll send it to the back behind the menu. Let's change the menu. So we could have apply for plan. Plot by now. And we'll have that as a call out, a scale as well. Price, a preview current slide. Okay. Now, as I said, a simple banner. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how the embeds work, which was the whole point of this webinar, really. So you've got the banner built. So all you need to do then, make sure I don't log out this time, is click publish, give it a name. Again, we'll give it the name of webinar. Hit save. So it's publishing the banner. So as you can see, we've got two. I've already got an old banner in there, but the banner I've just built drops into what we call unassociated banners. So lots of people have asked if we can have a save button as we're going as well. Now, we are adding a save button in, which means that you'll be able to save your work as you're going. So what's just happened to me, what happened to you where I logged out by mistake. But you can still save the work as you're progressing it into unassociated banners. You don't have to add it to a campaign or anything like that. You can always come back to it, use the edit button. You can carry on editing it, adding extra elements, whatever you want to it. So that's dropped directly into unassociated banners. Now, to use the embeds, which, as I said, a few people are struggling with, all you need to do now is add them to a campaign. But before you do that, if you wanted to, for example, use the JPEG, the PNG, or the HTML5 slides, you can do by just downloading from here. But as I said, people have been struggling with the embed, so that's what I'm going to show you now. So you need a campaign name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it webinar. I'm going to click create campaign. So you can see it's created the campaign webinar for me. Now what I need to do is I need to add this banner, because at the moment it's inactive in any campaign. So what I need to do is click select campaign at the end here. Now at the moment I've only got one campaign set up, so it's dropped to the top. But if you had more campaigns, you could just do it from the drop down menu and just add it to them. So go to webinar, click save. Now you'll see in unassociated banners, that banner has disappeared. It's dropped into the webinar campaign. Now at the moment, this banner is inactive, so it's not, it's not being displayed anyway. It's not in any embeds, etc. and it won't show in any embeds until you actually switch it on here at the side. So once you switch it on, you'll see that now is an active banner. Now you can do two things with it. You can embed it directly into your site, or you can embed it as an overlay code. Before we do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what else you can do in this section of the campaign builder. Now, here if you come across to this little edit box, you've got a couple of sections. You've got the webinar name, which we've just given. We've got the banner called webinar, and we've got a conversion URL. Now, at the moment, I've only got one banner in that campaign, so I'm sending 100% of my traffic to that banner. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what happens if I add more banners in. Now, what we were doing with our banners is we were split testing them. Now, so to split test them, an easy way to do that is if you've already created one banner, what you can do is you can automatically clone that banner by just clicking here. So if you click clone, you can see your banner is still here, but you've automatically made a clone of it here in unassociated banner. So you can see it's called webinar clone. Now what you can do with webinar clone, if you wanted to, you can edit it. You could, for example, if you were split testing two banners, you may want to try an image, a different image on each banner, or a different. Oops, that's me. Just dragged it out. Sorry. And another different image in there. Weight loss. Send that to the back. So you could add an image in there. So what an easy thing to do with this is, so for example, if you wanted to maybe build one banner, then just add, 5 clones and have 5 different images, 5 different calls to actions, use 5 different fonts, 5 different colors, all that kind of stuff. You could obviously split test them against each other to see which works best. So if we added a new picture and click publish, it's called webinar clone, so we'll just keep that name. So publish. Go back to banners, so you can see this is the updated banner. So all we need to do then is select a campaign. Obviously, click the webinar one, hit save. You can see now in webinar we've got 2 cloned banners, one that's switched on and one that's switched off. So if we switch this one on, we now have 2 banners that have different images in. It's showing the same image here, but it's not. If I can show you that, I'll show you now. As you can see, it's still got the onions in. Oops, I clicked it too soon. What it does is it shows the last image that you had for that banner for the clone. But these 2 banners are completely different. So they're both switched on. So if we come back now to this little edit button at the top, so you've got webinar and webinar clone. Now they've dropped to 50% each. So you can, for example, send 50% to one, 50% to the other. But if you thought one banner was stronger than the other, you could send 30% to your original banner and 70% to your second banner. So you're going to get 30% of your clicks to one banner, 70% of your clicks to another banner. So for example, when your embed code starts working, it'll show on a 2 to 1 basis. So webinar banner would show once, webinar clone would show twice. So you've also got conversion URL as well. I'm not going to add anything at the moment there because obviously that's you need to start adding URLs and everything for that. Now the conversion URL is just the URL that you consider the conversion from the banner. So that may not be, your banner may lead from, the click of the banner may lead to a squeeze page, but that to you, that may not be a conversion URL. For me, it's not. The conversion URL for me is the thank you page, which is a page that comes after the squeeze page, because that's where you want the person to come to the squeeze page, enter in the details and go to the thank you page. Then you collect their email address. So that then is a conversion. So that's what you'd put in there, or whatever you consider yourself to be the conversion URL. So we've got the two banners, we're split testing them. Now we've also got this here, which is a conversion code. Now this is, you can add this in a secondary place as well. So for example, you could add this conversion code onto your squeeze page and have your conversion URL as the thank you page. So it's going to track two different sections of the person who's coming through from the banner. So it just gives you better statistics, what's converting and what's not. So the embed code. So to use this banner, all we need to do is grab this iframe here. So if we copy that, I've just got one of my old sites here. So all we need to do then is create a post. So I'll add a new post. We call that webinar. Go to text. I'm pasting that embed code. Click publish. We go to view post. Sorry, my server's a little bit slow today. Don't know why it's gone there. Alright, I must have already had something call that. So we'll call it webinar tester. Update that page. Go to view post. Right, you can see the banner is here. So obviously I never set an autoplay on it, now which obviously you should always do. You can see this had an autoplay set on, so it automatically played as soon as the page is loaded. Just didn't add it to this one, so you need to click it to start it. So that's how the embed system works. It works exactly the same as well with the embed overlay. So with this, we can add it to the center of the page, top of the page, bottom of the page. You can do it on page load, on delay. So for example, you can delay it by X amount of seconds or on exit intent, etc. I'll just show you how that works on the center of the page, on page load. Go back to the post and the text. I'll get rid of this iframe, paste this over the top. Hit update. Click view post. I'm not sure why it's doing that. It's come back to webinar. Sorry, I must have a ClickFunnels page set up called webinar, so that's why it keeps defaulting there. So paste that over the top. That's the embed overlay code. Click OK, and that's it. Make sure it's go to the right page. Click update. Click view post. And you can see that loads directly there in the middle. So you could have that, as I said, on exit intent, top of the page, bottom of the page, center. You can have it in a time delay, etc. And it'll play just like the normal banner. You can see it showed the other banner last time. It showed you this banner this time. Okay, so that's how to use the embeds. Now, as I said, a lot of people have been struggling with that, so I'm hoping that's going to help a lot of people out how to use those embeds. Okay, so we've got time for any questions now.
Hi, Richard. Yeah, I've got a few questions. I've actually been answering quite a lot today, so I've kept on top of them a little bit better than last week. First one here. James Wallace says that he doesn't see where to click the preview template.
Preview template.
Yeah, I think it was when you were in the template gallery before and you said that they could preview it. I think it was then he asked that question.
Right. It's just when you click on it, that's all. Just click onto the template itself.
Okay.
Just to, oh, yeah.
And
Hi, I'm Richard Fairbairn. If you've got a couple of minutes,
Sorry.
I can give.
I'm going to have to move my GoToWebinar across because when I'm hitting that, it's logging me out every time. Just 2 seconds, it's logged me out again. Because GoToWebinar covers half at screen, so when you're going across to move it across, it's logging me out because it's next to the log out button. Sorry. Right, go on. Sorry.
Okay. Joe Burt said he'd raised an email before regarding an undo button, and you'd said that it would be added in. Do we have an update about that?
Yeah, it is being added in, but we have to fix the problems, not problems, but with the canvas editor and the templates had to come first. We've got a feature list that's going to be added in. The undo button, the duplicate button, and the canvas cross section is all going to be added next week.
Okay, you just answered 2 questions there. That was good. But Q says, can I make an iframe of the banner? I didn't quite understand what his question meant there.
Yeah, you can iframe the banner. That's not a problem. I mean, you can iframe the HTML5 downloads plus the embeds if you wish. I mean, if you're going to build an iframe, you'd probably be better using. What's happening here with that one? The HTML5 downloads rather than the actual embeds.
Okay.
I think I've logged into my admin account now. You can tell this is live. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. Tim says, can have a link on a PNG Pixel and link it to a page with a HTML5 for the action.
Yeah. So I think he means if you have a PNG and you link it directly to a HTML5, the HTML5 banner, yeah, you can do that. That's not a problem. That's easily done. I think if that answers the question. Okay,
so William asks, what kind of safeguards do we have against someone who purchased Pixel via our reseller's license and then gives it away with our unlock key?
Right. At the moment, there's not. We will see instantly if people are giving the keys away because it's all being tracked on the back end. Now, obviously, if it's not the fault of the reseller, we'll just swap out the keys, so that won't be a problem. But obviously, we will be tracking these reseller keys quite a lot.
Okay. There's a few people asking if there'll be a replay. Yes, there will be a replay, and we'll put that up into the members area. It'll either be later today or first thing tomorrow, as soon as we've got it rendered. But that will go up into, if you go to the resources part, which you could show you on the screen, but if you go to the resources part, and then it'll show you where all the replays are held.
The resources is there. And now these are what that's the resources. So if you just click resources there, it's directly here. You can see the academy started here. We've got 7 in so far. So these are little tips and tricks you download. You can download the MP4 and it'll show you. You've got a PDF to accompany it. These are just different things we're going to be adding in, like personal text, animation delays, backgrounds for your banners. We've got about 30 of these to go in. Obviously, don't drop them in all at once. So what we're doing is we're probably adding 2 to 3 a day. As you can see as well, we're adding lots and lots and lots of tutorials. I think, we're up to 31 at the moment. Got another
and a couple more questions, and then I'll let you carry on. Can I create banners for customers? Is what Alex says.
Yeah, that's fine.
No problem with that. And Dennis asks, can we see a list of the customers that have used our key?
You will be able to in about 2 weeks' time. You'll be able to.
I was going to say at the moment it's not available yet.
Just quickly go back to the template. Did when you were talking about templates? I didn't quite get the question because I logged out at the same time. So, what?
He asked that he couldn't find the preview button for a template. So when you're in the gallery, I know there's an option to preview the template.
Right, yeah, all you do is you just click on it. But at the moment, I'm in my admin account. I need to go back to my main account to show you that. Yeah. I can do that in a minute. In fact, I'll just go back to my normal account, just 2 seconds. So I've logged into my admin account by mistake.
Okay. There's a couple of people talking about resellers again now, and a few questions coming in. Could you just show on the screen where the people can go and get all the information about the resellers? They're asking about the pricing and minimum price and things like that. So if you showed that on the screen, that will probably answer about 3 or 4, 5 people's questions.
Okay, so if you come to resources, we've got this little, at the top here, this little menu. It's got all reseller files here. Tells you what you can do with Pixel, what you can't do with Pixel. You've got your sales pages, your thank you pages, your graphic files, your video files, and if you've bought enhanced, you'll also see the enhanced files down there. We've got 2 tutorials at the moment set up. That's just the basic reseller setup and the enhanced reseller setup. Now, would people like me to go through this a little bit? Is there a lot of talk about resellers? A lot of questions?
Yeah, there has been both weeks, to be quite honest, and there's yeses are flying in there as well. So what I'd quickly say as well, though, there's a few people have quickly prompted up saying that clicking on the templates does nothing. There's a few people have said that.
It's just gone in today. It's just literally gone in.
Yeah, I think that might be a little bit of a bug that we need to iron out.
It won't be a bug. It's just that they'll be working on it. I think that's all. Because he had him in there, so it's. I mean, as you saw when I first came in, it did actually preview one. But
okay, cool. That answers a few of them as well.
Give it 1 hour; it'll probably be done. If it's not, I'll send him a ticket straight away.
Okay, before you go to the resellers, will you just do one favour for Alex? He's saying, can you show the text effects on the right side of the dashboard? He's asked this a couple of times today, and I wasn't sure what he was asking for. He's saying that he can't get the text effects to work. He's followed the tutorials, and he didn't know whether he was doing something wrong or not.
Right, so these ones here?
He said on the right side of the dashboard, so I'm assuming that's it. Yes, he said, yeah.
Yeah, right. So you need to switch them on to start with. And then you need to choose whatever you want down here. Let's bouncing up. Enter in some text. Choose a font family. We'll go with Alcorn. Okay, so preview that. Did you see that? Yep. That's all there is. You just need to switch it on there. Make sure it's switched on. Then you've got 2 ways. They come in on an animation, and as you saw there, it faded out on the opposite animation. Now, duration in, it just means how quickly it's coming in. Staggering means it's just like when it's doing separate words, it just slows down each word. So mostly I'd leave it on these default settings, because when I start playing around with them, it starts to throw it all out. So, I'd just leave it on these default settings unless you want them to come in really fast. And obviously you've got word, sentence, and character. Okay, does that answer that question?
Yeah, that's cool. Everyone says thanks. Just a quick one. Michael's asking a couple of questions about the resellers, but one of them, I'm not sure here if I'm reading this correctly. It says, your video saves between $47 and $67. Is that a one-time payment plus their monthly pay?
But I'll tell you what, I'll go through these. Yeah,
I think if you go through the resellers, there's quite a lot of people asking about the resellers, so if you could do that, that'll fend off a lot of questions for me. Thank you.
So with the resellers, we didn't obviously want it to be a free-for-all, because I've done resellers licenses like for a couple of years, and you get you'll get some people who want to obviously sell the program for what is kind of what we consider it's valued at. And I mean, with Pixel, we're putting you're kind of on the ground floor of something we're hoping that's going to be really good. I mean, we're hoping to obviously compete with Banner Flow over the next 6 months, and with your guys, your guys' help, it's we're hoping to really take it off. So it's not like we're not just putting this out there, not going to put anything into it, not redevelop it, all that kind of stuff. It's constant money going into this. I mean, since we've finished the launch, we've put almost we'll put a lot of money into. I'm not going to go into depth, but we'll put a lot of money into since the launch has finished. So it's not something we're going to dump and forget about. We're actually launching version 2 in February. So we've got tons and tons of features going into this. I mean, the features that we have going in are like things like you're going to be able to build games in the banners. You've got sliding cubes, loads and loads of different things. The reason I'm saying that is telling you about that is because that's why we've put in kind of, I don't want to say that, we're going to kick anybody off resellers if they deviate from this, but we just want people to kind of sell it for what we believe it's worth. So what we've done is we've put a pricing structure on the front end from $17 to $27. You can sell it more than $27. Feel free. If your marketplace detect, you think you can get that, then please do. Now, what we're kind of encouraging, because we think this will work perfectly when you're selling this software, is to have a 3-button front end. And what I mean by that is, you have $17 to $27 per month, $97 to $147 per year, and $247 lifetime. Now, why we've done that as a 3-button front end, you've got to remember we've been selling software for a long time, and we know what prices work. Now, what will happen is you will probably get 60% of your people taking the 247 lifetime. So obviously, if you're selling this correctly, you will make a lot of money on it. So that's why we kind of priced it like that. We just didn't want people selling it. I mean, we've had, like I said, we've been doing resellers for a long time. Last year we had one, and we had a couple of resellers who were selling access to software that cost us over $40,000 to develop for $1. And obviously we've got to provide support to your customers, because obviously we don't expect you to support those customers. We're going to support that as part of your resellers package. So obviously, if you're selling software, selling the software at like $2 or $3, you've got hundreds of customers coming. We just can't keep up with that. So we want people, to sell it for what we think, the correct price is. Now, somebody talked about the 47 to 67. Now, that is for the enhanced reseller version. So what we're suggesting is on the front end, you have a 3-button line. You don't have to have a 3-button. We're just telling you that if you do this will work best. $17 to $27 per month, and then $97, $147 per year, and then $247 lifetime. And then on the upsell, you charge either $47 to $67 on the enhanced, because people will purchase. It is a good upsell, and you're going to get a lot of people taking that up. So if you average it out at $57, you're going to make a lot of money on that. Now, there's a lot coming with the resellers. We didn't expect it to be quite as popular as what it has been. So we've got quite a lot of people wanting to resell right now. Now, you can do that with everything we've set up. It's all ready to roll. But we don't have, at the moment, a back end where you can see what customers you're sending. Every customer is being tracked through your unique code. So when we've got our gallery system in place where, users are going to be able to sell the banners and all that, every person you put in there is going to be tracked. But over the next few weeks, I think it's probably the back end of 4 weeks, we will have a full resellers back end set up. So you'll be able to log in, see the members you've sent, get their email addresses, all that kind of stuff. And basically it for resellers. Now, what I was talking about previously when I said about these videos, we've got 2 videos. We've got the basic reseller setup and then the enhanced reseller setup. Now, on the basic, I've tried to kind of walk you through how we set up the software with the thank you pages and the sales pages. But obviously, there's so many payment processors out there, like for example, Warrior Plus, Deal Guardian, Zaxa, PayPal. There's just hundreds, and if I was to cover every one, the video would last for hours. So it's hard. I mean, most of them I haven't used myself, so I don't know how they set up their products. So all I can do is, as you come into like kind of different payment processors like PayPal or any of the ones I haven't used, is try and help you the best I can. But I can't answer every question about a payment process that I've never used, because I've had a lot of people ask me like how to set up different reseller packages on actually payment processors I've never heard of. So it's hard for me to kind of do that. So, and then enhanced is just how we set up an upsell. You see, every single processor handles upsells different ways. So, for example, JVZoo has it in a funnel, so you need to add multiple products and then build it as a funnel setup. In PayPal's probably the easiest thing to set up an upsell. I'm sorry, I've got a tickly cough. So, now to set up a PayPal button, I can't log into PayPal obviously for security reasons, but I've put it into the PDF where you can show you how to set up the PayPal button. Now the PayPal button is very, very easy to set up. All you have to do is decide on the price, decide on the button you want to use, and add the thank you page. This is the thank you page that you download from here into PayPal. I'm very sorry, but I've got somebody at my office door, so can you just talk for 2 seconds, Paul? I'll just go up and answer the door and I'll just carry on.
Yeah, no problem. I can talk. I don't know whether I'll make much sense, but I'll try. There's a couple of questions that I'll try and answer in here. Dennis, you asked, can we see a list of customers that have used our key? That is going to come in about 2 weeks. Nick, what happens when a customer requests a refund? How will access be removed following a refund? At the moment, I mean, we do it directly through the JVZoo. So I think what will have to happen is you'll have to contact. I'll get Richard to explain that to you. I can't answer that, to tell you the truth. I don't want to say something that's not true.
I am, but just want making sure I won't get locked in. That's all.
There's a few questions while you were actually back, Richard. That I want. I can't answer anyway. What happens when a customer requests a refund? How will access be removed following the refund?
What happens is, as soon as your refunds come through, you'll need to open a support ticket with the customer's name, email, whatever you want, and the access will be removed within about 30 minutes. Now, when the campaign backend gets set up, you'll be able to just but deactivate that person's account directly from your backend. So it'll just be a cross button, you cross it off, and access will be stopped for that customer.
Okay. Just a couple of more questions. Anna said that, well, for enhanced you charge more than 67, so what would it be in regards to the year and the lifetime to charge for the enhanced, as that is what I took?
Sorry, I don't understand the question.
Yeah, I've asked twice, I didn't understand it. It's the second time that question's coming. And also she said how to... I
think she means the commercial license. The commercial license is not available in the resellers. That was actually a different package. That's the higher end package.
Yeah, it's just the front end and the enhanced, depending on which you bought, is what you can resell. If you bought the enhanced, you can sell the enhanced. If you bought the front end, you can sell the front end.
Yeah, but the commercial is a different section altogether.
Yeah, absolutely. So I hope that makes sense. And she said, how do I add an upsell on W Plus? I'm sorry, I wouldn't have a clue about that.
Again, I've never used Warrior Plus. I've only ever used JVZoo, Digital Access Pass, PayPal, and Zaxa, so I can't really comment. I mean, what I can do is I can have a look through my Warrior Plus account, because I've got an affiliate account there, and see how products are added, and I'll try and help you out on that if you open a support ticket. I can't guarantee it'll be done straight away because obviously, like I said, I've never used Warrior Plus to set up a product only as an affiliate.
And then Anna has one more question. She said, can you not sell it for the year then? Or it has to be 67 a month? And then she's put 97 to 147 is the year, lifetime is 247. She's looking at what's on your screen.
Yeah, that's for the front end. So you've got 17 to 27 per month, 97 to 147 per year, 247 lifetime. And as I said, what we're trying to encourage people to do is to have 3 buttons on there because we know that works. You'll get customers who want to pay monthly, or you'll get customers who want to pay and don't want to pay monthly, wants just a lifetime access. You'll get a lot of people taking that lifetime access.
Okay, cool. I think we'll just carry on with the resellers of what. Have you got a little bit more to go through on there? Yeah.
Not really.
Or do you want me to go through some questions? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I've got some questions that came in really early on, and people have sort of nudged me twice about them because I didn't answer them. So, William asked quite early on in the webinar, did you guys show how to connect the unlocked social features updates yet?
Yeah, if you open a support ticket, our support staff will unlock them straight away. If they've already been unlocked, all you need to do is if you come down to this section in tutorials, which is down here, it will tell you how to use, it's this section, sorry, how to use those social features. So I'm assuming you're talking about LinkedIn and things like that. These are all here. And they also can be accessed directly from this page on resources. That's got them in 2 places.
Okay.
I'm just going to show you where they are. 2 secs. It's ClickFunnels for some reason. It must be because I'm recording screen. I don't know. It must be really slow.
Okay. There's a couple of other questions I can fire at you if you want.
Yeah, go on.
Are there a smaller amount of templates available for us who didn't purchase the package? If so, where are they found?
Yep, there is. If you come across the templates, depending on what package you purchase, you'll see like a limited amount for front end, a little bit more for enhanced, and the full package for the commercial. Oh, just like ClickFunnels.
Michael asked. He just wanted to know what to charge for the enhanced version. Is the upgrade a one-time fee?
Yeah, all right, it's back now. The enhanced version is just a one-time fee. I mean, you can if you want to charge monthly for it, but I would suggest charging between 47 to 67 because that pricing structure at that point does actually work, as we proved on as launch. You see, what we're doing with these reseller licenses and reseller what we've given you is kind of we're using the data that we've collected from the launch for the pricing structure, which works best. So obviously, then we're passing that on to you. So obviously you can optimize it to make the most money from when you push the reseller package.
Okay. William said, PayPal's easy, ClickBank is tricky to get approved, he's working on it, JVZoo, Warrior Plus coming, cheers. You can't actually sell it on JVZoo, William, but everything else, it's fine.
Yeah, because with JVZoo, I mean, a couple of people have asked me, and I don't want to put in place that people can't do something because I'm just asking people. I prefer not to do that because through the JVZoo customer search and things like that, you're going to end up so far down the rankings because Pixel's been popular on JVZoo, so we're going to outsell you. So you're not really going to get sales from JVZoo.
It would be worth your while putting it on there, to be honest. There's a couple more coming in. Robert's asked a couple of times, how about a Webby for reselling and marketing that would be able to? It would be nice to help them.
Yep. We've got loads of that planned. It's obviously you can imagine like we just come off a really big launch. So what we're trying to do is obviously support people with the software first. Then what we're going to do is we're going to help the resellers with getting traffic, solo ads, how to sell software, everything. It's got loads and loads of stuff with that planned. We'll probably start that. I'm not sure next week, but probably the week after.
Yeah, I'd say about 2 weeks before we can start doing that, to be honest. A couple more questions are coming quite fast again now. As far as selling the banners that we create, what pricing structure would you suggest? How much is a banner like this worth to a business?
Right, that's a good question. It all depends on your marketplace who you're selling to. Now, if you're selling to a high-end client, such as a offline business, that let me think of a car dealership. If you're selling to a car dealership who's got more money to spend, these kind of banners can sell for anything between $100 to $250. If you look for a HTML5 coder, they are charging that to build, decent banners. But at the other end, on Fiverr and things like that, people are charging between $5 to $25 for lower end HTML5 banners. In not Code Canyon, the other one, the Graphic, I forgot what they call it now, Graphic River, yeah. And they're for sets of HTML5 banners for an extended license, they're charging $100. So the pricing structure really varies. It depends on who you're selling to. Does that answer the question?
Okay. Yeah, that's great. That's great, thank you. So Ben said, since I purchased the enhanced version, will I have access to everything?
Everything.
I think talking about the templates and things like that. I think
you don't get a template. You don't get every single template. But if he contacts us on support, we'll tell him exactly what he gets.
Yeah. Okay. And can you still get the commercial upsell?
No, it's been removed from sale. I mean, we did put like a time scale on it, and to be fair to people who bought it, we do want to kind of stick to that. I don't like to go back on my word,
Yeah. 2 seconds. I forgot what I purchased. Where can I find that what I bought? And a few people are saying, is there an indicator to what I actually bought? This will answer quite a few questions.
Right, because Pixel is not the normal type of like plug-in, make it the pro version, the light version. Pixel is a whole encompassing app. So when you buy Pixel Enhanced, what it does, it enhances Pixel rather than, it's not a pro version, it's not another version, it's an enhanced version. So what it does, it unlocks certain elements inside the software. And same as a commercial one, it's not a different it's not a different login, different version. It unlocks the commercial elements of Pixel. But if you contact support, we can tell you exactly which one you've purchased and what that intends.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. If you contact the support, then we can answer that for you. Sorry, I don't know. Can you rename the bonus tutorial videos? That way we know what they are without having to click on them. And it's quite a good point. We'll look at the naming structure.
Yeah, I was just trying to show you that when ClickFunnels went down. But if you come across here for the bonuses, you see all the bonuses. What we've done is we've put videos behind those as well. So for example, if you're on Pixel YouTube, if you click on it, that opens. And LinkedIn opens as well. But we can add the names there as well. But they are just duplicates, that's all. So you can find them directly from there as well.
Cats. There's a few people asking, but Cats also asked, if people had only bought the standard Pixel, what is it that they're actually missing? The people in the enhanced version got.
Right, the missing like certain embeds, like the ability to embed certain secure sites and things like that. As I said, it's all mentioned.
Like geo targeting and things like that was added into the enhanced, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just certain little things that you could embed were added to the enhanced version.
Yeah, like you said, like the targeting system and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, cool. As far as sales is concerned, is there a 30-day hold before funds are released to us? Well, that would depend on who you're doing
Yeah, because a few
User
people, I think a few people
processor.
are confused with this. See, I think some people, when they thought reseller, they thought it was kind of an affiliate of ourselves, and it's not. The reseller is you yourself selling it. So you could sell via PayPal, you can sell via Warrior Plus, Saxa, whatever. You'll get paid directly. You keep 100% of that, whatever comes in. We don't touch your funds, nothing to do with us. All you do is send us a customer, we support him, and he gets access to what you've sold.
Okay, Kat's just sent another question. I'll answer that privately, Kat, to you after I've finished talking. When the new Pixel 2 Zero version comes out in a couple of months, will we automatically get it activated, or do we have to buy a new upsell?
It won't be 2 months.
Be
It won't be 2 months before it's out. It's going to be towards Christmas. Now, what we're going to say is we haven't, we haven't really thought about that yet. I mean, that's discussion really between all the partners in Pixel. You know, you will definitely get every single feature that we add into Pixel, like just like the updated templates. We've got the enhanced dashboard, the crossers, the heat maps, all things like that that's coming in. So every feature that we add now, you'll get free of charge. They'll just go into Pixel. Now, Pixel version 2, if we make it a complete different app, it'll be Pixel, but a different version of Pixel, then we may just charge a real nominal fee to upgrade. It just depends. We haven't decided yet on that.
Yeah, I'm spoken about that. Yeah.
You know, but every feature that we add into Pixel, you know, you'll get free of charge. You're not going to charge for feature updates or anything like that.
Okay, and John is asking, how do you unlock the social media options of the enhanced version?
You just, if you send us a support ticket, our support people will take care of it straight away for you.
I'm just looking. I can answer most of these. I'm just going through them now. I think I've almost caught up.
Okay, because I mean, I've showed everything I want to show with embeds. I've gone through resellers. I don't really want to start on a full tutorial again. It's now 10:15 at night. So, is there anything else really we can help?
If there's anything the guys want us to actually show in depth that we can bring on the next week's webinar, that'd be great. If you just ping them questions to me now. If the people hang around for about 10 minutes, I'll answer. I've probably got about 10 questions I'll answer when I turn my microphone off. I don't want to do it while I'm talking, because when I tap my keyboard, it'll make a loud noise. So I'll jump off now and I'll go and answer the 10 questions if people just hang around for 10 minutes.
So is there anything else I can help anybody with before we sign off this one?
I don't think so at the moment.
I mean, I can stay for 5-10 minutes if there's anything.
I'm just going back through them now.
Right, if you want to answer them, I'll speak about a couple of things that I want to speak about.
Yeah, okay. If you just think of a couple of things to support this week. Wait, Anna says she has a question.
Okay.
2 seconds. But yeah, if you could think of something that came in support, that'd be great.
Yeah. One thing that's been coming up is AdWords. Now, AdWords do accept HTML5 banners, but they need to be a specific template for them to be accepted. Now, we are working with our development teams, working to see exactly what we need to make sure our templates are accepted by AdWords. So they're going to be coming in about 2 weeks' time, because we want to make sure they're 100% compliant before we actually release them to you. We don't want to release something that we are 100% sure with, because we don't want to get any problems when you're adding those in. So that's AdWords. Facebook, I've had lots and lots and lots of questions about Facebook. Why can't we add HTML5 banners into Facebook? Well, the simple reason is Facebook don't allow them. But, and I may have spoken about this last week, see, HTML5 is in the ad tech is quite a new tech. So Google are really just coming round to, in the last few months, allowing anybody to use HTML5. So we do expect probably Facebook. I don't know when. I don't know when, or I don't know even if they will. I think probably in the coming months they may trial something like this. So that's about it for that. Let me think what else we've got question wise this week. I'll tell you about a few things that are coming while Paul answers those questions. Now, as I said this week, I mean, you can see this. Let's put a background setting so you can see what I'm talking about. Now, when they had the question about this transparent section here, now you can see this section here. This is the default build canvas. Now, when we built this canvas originally, we made a mistake. We should have made it a full canvas. Every time you selected it, it made it the full size, the color wise. It doesn't alter the banners at all, but it is a little bit confusing sometimes. So that is coming, and that will be done by next week, hopefully by the end of next week. And also we're having a grid line section put in here. Now the grid line section, what that'll do is it'll help you to align your elements inside to make them much more smoother, much more straighter. And you'll be able to switch the grid on and off if you don't want to use the grid. What else have we got? As I said, we've got the templates coming in. We've got the drop-down menu coming in. That's about it. I'll have some more feature updates on the next webinar, but I don't want to jump too far ahead. So, as Paul said, if you've got anything you'd really, really like to see on the next webinar, please let us know. What we are going to be covering. I'm going to be covering like split testing banners, because we're going to cover some of the case studies we did. We're going to show you how to get the most clicks from banners. In another webinar, we're going to show you how to use these in your WordPress sites, not just as banners, but as graphic elements that make good call to actions. That's about it. So we've got lots and lots coming. Like I said, like Paul said, we're going to try and have one webinar every single week. The resellers webinars will be fitting in between these webinars, so we'll probably start in about 2 weeks with those. Now,
I think what we'll try and plan, Richard. I think what we'll try and do is one every 5 to 10 days. So I mean, sometimes it'll be less than a week. Sometimes we won't stick to exactly a week, and we'll try and alternate the times so that it's fair to everyone around the world as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, the replays will go in the next day. One other quick question just coming from William: are they mobile optimized?
No, that's a good question. I've had that a lot on support as well. Now, our biggest competitor is Bannersnack. Now, Bannersnack has 2 million members. They've been going for 4 years. They built Java banners before they built HTML5 banners. Huge, huge company. They can't crack mobile responsiveness for HTML5 banners. They are trying at the moment to be able to do it, but they can't do it. Now, our development team's working on it. So what we're hoping to do, we'll be the first ones kind of in this to be able to supply HTML5 banners, with responsiveness. But at the moment, as I said, I mean, they have 2 million members. They've got millions of dollars worth of income and they can't crack it. So, it's not possible at this moment, but we are, as I said, trying to work on it, because if we can do it, we can crack it. It's going to, give us a good jump on Bannersnack. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, that's great. I think we've answered most of the ones that we can talk or answer tonight. But like I said, all these questions that have been coming in, there's been a lot again tonight. I will make a document, a PDF, and I'll upload it into the resources area so you can see what other people's questions were and what answers we gave to them. And we'll pick a couple of these out where we think we can actually show you in detail on the next week's webinar. So, yeah, I mean, that's great, I think, if everyone's happy for tonight. I think we've answered just about everybody.
Right, okay.
And like I said, the ones I haven't quite answered, there's probably 3 or 4 of you there. I'm sorry about that. I will answer it in a document, and I'll get it up online as soon as possible.
Right. Okay. I mean, also, if people look around at some of the other HTML5 builders online, if they want to take a look at Banner Snack, I mean, I don't want to push them off to our competitors. Obviously, if you go across there, you'll see how expensive they are. But if you have a look across there and you can see any features on any one of these that you think, Pixel needs and it should be online, please open a support ticket. We're taking people's, requests on board, and we are actually implementing them right now. So if you think, something that would work, let us know, and we definitely 100% look at it. Oh, another thing that came up quite a bit on support, link URL. Now, the link URL at the moment doesn't open a new window. A lot of people asked, they need the link URL to open in a new window. We are working on that. That will be done, and probably it's a pretty simple fix, but it'll be done in the next couple of days. Not next couple of days, next week. Any more questions come in while I've been talking?
No, that's it. I've not forgot you. I will respond to you.
Oh.
I've just got to get through to a few. So yeah, there's a couple of people left here, and there's a few people maybe think I've forgotten about them, but I haven't.
I know. Somebody's just asking about Banner Stack. No, it's not Banner Stack. It's Banner Snack. It's my accent again. So that's Banner Snack. I'll just show you that. It's an HTML5 banner, like kind of similar to ours, but obviously you can see the difference in price. It's $40 a month for a business account. There's also one called Banner Flow. This is again similar. These are more advanced than us, but this is where we are aiming to have Pixel version 2 by. Now, as you can see the price on this, for the very, 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 very basic package, it's €199 a month, which is, I'm not sure in dollars, about $280. The middle one is €699 a month, which is like, I think it's about $900 a month. So you can see it's, our price is quite a bit different. So, but Banner Flow is where we're aiming to be with version 2. It's time to take them down by the year end. That's good, Robert. Yeah, definitely will do, hopefully. Okay, has anybody got any more questions before we close off? I think that's about it.
I think that's great for now, because every minute that we stay on, a question will come in. But at the moment, it's a good point to sort of close it off, and I'll answer anything that does pop in over the next couple of minutes in the document when we download it. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming along again, and hope to see you next week.
Yeah, we really appreciate you turning up for these webinars, because
Go on, sorry, Richard.
Oh no, go on, mate. It's all right. Sorry, you go.
I was just going to say, and what Richard was saying before, we do appreciate your feedback, and if you see features that are on Banner Snack, or you see features on anywhere else that's got any HTML5 editors, we are open to looking at bringing as many features on as possible. So just raise the support ticket, and we will look at it. And if we can do it and we can build it into Pixel, it will be done.
Yeah, because I mean, without your help, what we want to do is want to kind of make this a cooperative, so we grow this software together. So like Robert's just said, let's take them on by the end of the year. That's what we're aiming to do. With the people who get involved in Pixel, we want to be able to push that back to you, and obviously, you're going to be involved in hopefully something really exciting next year.
Yeah, and you guys that have come in at the start, you sort of like grandfathered in now, and so if we do get bigger and better and we start charging crazy fees later on, you'll still be there, not having to pay for anything, which will be a great thing for all of us involved. So yeah, we want your feedback, and we can build together.
Yeah. A couple of people are asking, will resellers get a chance to resell version 2? Again, it's so far in the future, we just haven't talked about that between ourselves, so we couldn't really talk about it in a live webinar. We will talk about it this week and probably answer that question next week.
Yeah, okay. I'd just like to say thanks for everyone for coming along again, and hope to see you all again next week.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, and see you next week.
Now.
Bye.
Bye.